story of Ja'far and Zainab is a continuation. Ja'far pointed to his spot extended and whispering Valley of Peace, the largest cemetery in the world. Let's read Al-Fatiha. They started chanting Al-Fatiha and Zainab was astonished by what she saw. It seemed to her Orpi, which she traveled east and west a little, the city is not as beautiful and glamorous. She whispered to Ja'far as she looked at the sprawling valley of Peace, "You seem to know the place." For the first time, Zainab initiated. Ja'far spoke, smiling and said, "Praise to be God. Whenever I get the opportunity, I visit the holy shrine." Ja'far chose a room with the two separate beds. He deliberately was late in receiving the hotel and asked Zainab to go up the room. Then Ja'far went up the room, knocked on the door, so Zainab opened it to him. Zainab was affected by Ja'far's behavior and allowing her to stay alone in his room and nailed the door before entering, and she began to behave in a sophisticated manner to touch her heart. Whispered Ja'far, "Rest a little, then we come for lunch, then go to the visit commander of the faithful." Ja'far set out with Zainab to visit the commander of the faithful, peace upon him. Whenever they approached the sacred scenes, Zainab's heart trembled. Ja'far pointed to her at the door for women and entered and told her that would wait for her at the door, and there was no need to hurry to visit. Zainab entered a repeat, and among the crowds were the great shrine, and rushed to him like a bead. "I found the light." Finally, she will be honored to visit her knight and hero. The courage is on me. The humanity is Ali. The genius is Ali. Her toes touched the shrine and exploded in tears. She saw the Imam in her heart, a compassionate father smiling at her comfortability. She cried like never before. The magnet is getting stronger, getting closer. "Oh Ali, cheering painfully. Oh Ali, getting closer and more. Oh Ali." To the shrine and draw its luminous energy. "You feel a wonderful relief, my Lord," whispering, "and the light of my eyes. I am sad and alone, my Lord. I am strange and orphan. I feel the pain of my light." He weeps the tears of her soul. "Isn't the Imam the father of the nation? Isn't the Imam Abu orphans?" She raised her hand to the commander of the faithful, "Peace upon you." A feeling of good and quiet, the sails of which are softly torn toward him, and started to bear to God, thankfully and always. It is in the presence of the Prince of Believers and sufficient. She left herself among the crowd, as if a magnet would attract her toward the shrine. Eyes shot out a trembling palm. Zainab finished her prayers, went outside, and saw Ja'far point to her from afar. She went toward him and said to her, "Acceptable visit, God willing." She whispered, "From us and from you." He smiled and asked her, "Should we go to hotel? I am angry." She took her head and drove off to hotel. Ja'far whispered, "I will rest a little, and in the evening I will take you to see a wonderful scene whose beauty surpasses the beauty of the dreams." Zainab and Ja'far set out behind him, heading inside the upper courtyard, and curiosity possessed Zainab. He would take her to the accepted scene, and Zainab agreed with him. He visited and accepted the Honorable Shrine, then followed to Ja'far and stood. He answered her with a smile. "Now close your eyes and turn back." Anticipating, she closed her eyes, turned around, and opened her eyes. Oh God! Is she standing at one of the gates of heaven? The door of the golden surprise is arrayed with all its brilliance. The lights are reflected in it, and the nobbies are shoppy. Have the star descended and joined your door, O Ali? Did the light come from you, or did light on? Zainab sat subconsciously with her eyes hugging at the door of heaven, her tears softened in her brown eyes. Ja'far whispered, "Ali, you do refine gold, and the rest of the people Allah does." Zainab whispered, "Peace upon you, Prince. Believe your people run after gold outright, and you gold throws are your doorstep ashamed." Ja'far opened a small booklet and he said, "Tonight on Friday night, let us read Kamlet prayer. Tomorrow they will go to visit him, Abu Abdullah Al-Hussein, peace upon him."